This video is brought to you by A Better Route Planner, the route planner for EVs. Hundreds of cars are supported. Choose your configuration, plan your route with the charging network that you want to prefer or charging networks that you want to avoid. If you're a premium member, you can use real-time weather forecast and traffic information, and you can also use A Better Route Planner in your car with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Use the link in the description to support the channel and use A Better Route Planner Premium for 30 days for free.
Good morning everyone, I'm in the Polestar 3 all-wheel drive performance, 380 kilowatt all-wheel drive with 107 kilowatt hours can be used, and today it's long distance trip test time. Long word. We have two negative things today. Number one is I only have this car for a week, and therefore there's only one Sunday, and that Sunday I want to use for the range tests. So I'm driving today on a Thursday, and that means it's normal traffic. I have trucks and everything and maybe traffic jam and I don't know what. So we won't be as fast as on a Sunday, that's for sure. I still see what we can do. I already planned my route. And number two is exactly what I said with the Tesla Model Y. It was lucky that it was perfect weather. Today we have 15 degrees. I have the heat on and the seat heater and everything. So I have a little route. Why are you not slowing down? Looks like this, you can't see, but around 600 kilometers, the route that I always take. And it tells me I have to charge twice, and I charge where there is a Mercedes charger, the premium charger, and I want to use those. This car can charge better on the bottom. I'm guessing not too long, but in the bottom maybe to 20% or maybe 15% at a Tesla supercharger. But Polestar gave me a card for charging, so I don't have to pay for charging myself. But the supercharger is of course not included in this, and so I want to charge there where it doesn't cost me a fortune. Yeah, the consequences of the normal day instead of on a Sunday, you can see the trucks passing, or buses, and the trucks pass with 80, and then everyone has to wait. And then of course there's way more traffic. That's just how it is. Here you can see the beautiful head-up display, and here my cockpit where you can change the view. Can be Google Maps, can be the road or nothing, which I prefer. I'm in range mode, by the way, because every normal all-wheel drive dual motor EV, when you drive without a lot of power, just the rear motor is doing something. The front motor is not giving power, but it still turns with the whole drivetrain, and that gives you a loss of, depending on the car, 5 to 7%. And in a Polestar 3, when you get into range mode, the whole motor is not included, it gets detached. Negative point about this is when you floor it, it takes a second till you get full power. But you have less consumption, which, by the way, is not less. It's 303 watt-hours per kilometer. It's the bottom trip, that's my thing. I'm driving 140. We'll see if we'll keep this. I'm turned down my heat already. I think I don't need it. It says I will arrive with 19% at the first charger. Let's hope that stays that way. I arrived here with 14%. Let's take a look at the driving data. 287 kilometers, average consumption 311 watt-hours per kilometer, and 97% was for driving, only 3% for battery care and electronics. I don't know if it preheated the battery. We'll see what power I get. So I'm here at EMBW. The Mercedes charger there is not ready yet. The chargers are up, but they're still building, they're not running. So I'm here in EMBW, which is right beside it, and there would be a supercharger here as well, which I wouldn't use. So, and the next charger, Wernberg-Köblitz, there's also Ionity and EMBW, so there's no problem if I have to this. Drive was great, a lot of traffic, but less than I thought. I could drive pretty well. It was just the first part till Regensburg where it was really busy, so the first 100 kilometers. Then it was actually okay. We talk how the drive is and everything in the Polestar 3 in the last leg. Right now it's all about, look at the beautiful car, looks great. But it says I have to charge 10 minutes. I'm charging with 177 kilowatt. When I got back in the car, my route was gone. I had to do the route again, and then it was hard to do a route where I want to drive up here, so I have to take something that's not a real destination. It's some road, and I couldn't do that in between, so I had to start with it. But now it did it all, and it tells me I should charge here where I am for 10 minutes, and it says even here 10 minutes and here to 61%. This is what we're charging it. And then next stop it's also 10 minutes, and then we try if there's Mercedes there and I can charge. God damn it. Nah, I was wrong. Now it says 66% in 15 minutes. So the charging thing, it doesn't know that I'm charging right now. It thinks I'm 2 seconds away from the charger. That's a bit weak. I'm sorry. So I charged to 50%, like I said. I don't know how. Ooh, that's true. Ooh, I don't know how many kilowatt hours I charged and how long the time was. Damn it. That's true, it's not my charging card and I didn't look. Ah, I couldn't tell you. The time I can estimate, but the kilowatt hours I have no idea. But when I do the charging test, I can charge 14 to 50% and see how many kilowatt hours that is. Then I can also estimate it. Ah, damn it. So, I found another annoying thing with the route planning. When you have multiple stops, I see the kilometers to the next stop, but not to the stop after that. Doesn't tell me. Doesn't tell me how far it is. I see I arrive with 13% and I have to charge 14 minutes there, but that's it. I'm on the way to the next charger. I don't know how far it is. GPS is still not there. I tried to restart the system. I pressed the home button for 30 seconds. Nothing happened. I googled what I have to do, and that's the only thing I found. I would have to stop to really find it. I did with the phone. Google Maps, so it's 70 kilometers to go. I have 100 kilometers of range. I'm driving 135. And yes, that's of course not amazing. But well, I had that in my ID7 once too, and I had it in ID4 once, where I couldn't use GPS and then internet was out. Stuff happens, and here it happens too. I arrived here with 13%, and let's look at our driving data. The kilometers, consumption, average speed, and still 97% is for driving. The drive to get here was nice. In the beginning I thought I have to drive 130, but then I noticed, nah, 140 is fine, and then I even drove sometimes 150 because there's so many speed limits anyways. So my average speed wasn't that high. What power are we getting? 180 kilowatt at 38%. I will charge to around 210 kilometers of range. I need 160 to get back, maybe 200, and then I need a few kilometers to get home. But other than that, car drives really nice. We're gonna talk about all the stuff because there is stuff in there that's really not good. And I'm not talking about the GPS, which, by the way, I just locked the car for 5 minutes, came back, and still GPS cannot be found. And by the way, I'm an EMBW because navigation didn't work, and so I had to use the phone, and I didn't know where the Mercedes charger is exactly, and I knew this EMBW charger here, so I didn't want to look around. All right, that was the last charge. I charged to 60%. I have 190 kilometers of range. It's around 160 kilometers to get there. And like I said, I have to drive then home. And yeah, that's it. So how is the Polestar 3 performance all-wheel drive on a long distance trip? Now we have to go through a lot of things. So the software, the GPS is gone. I don't know if this happens a lot. Planning the route is not incredibly amazing. It's okay that I don't see kilometers for the next one. I don't like this. It seemed to be spot on with the state of charge on the first time, so I like that. That was good. Software overall, when it comes to navigation, is okay if you have one goal. If you have a little round trip, then it's not that amazing. It's fine. Sound system is good. I can hear everything. Loudness in here is great. A bit of wind noise, no tire noise, but it's nice and quiet. I love it. The suspension is incredible. It's really comfortable. So even going over a horrible road and driving a bit faster, it's fine. It's very, very comfortable, nice and stable. I like it. The steering overall is okay. It's not incredible. I have some moments where it does a bit of a weird movement and I have no idea why. So I steer somewhere and suddenly the steering itself goes somewhere. It's okay. The seats are a bit too hard for me. So I would like a softer seat. This morning I got in our ID7 and drove it out of the garage, and then I went in here and I was like, oh God, those seats are hard, and they're still hard. They feel hard. And they're a bit warm. I would love to have seat ventilation, but this car doesn't have it. What? My tire pressure thing is gone. It says not available right now. Well, I click you, go away. I don't care. I don't know why. It feels fine. I had that in an Audi A6 and an ID7 Pro S at the same time once. It doesn't matter. Yeah, power is great. Regen is incredible. Even on a long distance trip, you don't need it that much, but it's really incredible. One pedal drive is awesome. But now let's come to the bad part. Cruise control is okay. I cannot set a distance, not in the infotainment system, not on the steering wheel. On the steering wheel I have 6 buttons. I can only 12 buttons. I can only use 6. And while I'm driving I can only use 4. I don't get this. Why is there no distance button here? And then I cannot switch on the steering wheel to get to cruise control, to steering assist and away. I always have to go into vehicle, settings, assist, pilot assist, and then here I have the steering assist. That's just stupid. I'm sorry. No. And then to the worst part, which is the steering assist. I have it on right now. It's not good. It's really not good. It's nervous, it's thinking. When I do the lane change right now, it does a weird movement sometimes where it's looking, where am I? It's really not good, it's not smooth. I tried the automatic lane changes on the highway, it does it way too fast. It's not comfortable. And I've seen steering assist goes up to 150, cruise control goes up to 180, by the way. But steering assist is just not good. On a road like this, where it's just perfectly straight, and all is calm and no cars, it's okay. When it's in a corner with 140 or even 130 and there are cars on the right, on the left, it's a bit weird and it steers not, when you steer against it, it doesn't feel nice. It's not a good steering assist. No, they so have to improve this, please, please. I'm on the last leg. I have 130 kilometers of range and around 80 kilometers to go. Still no GPS and now also no internet. I cannot use the internal Spotify. I have to use Bluetooth player. There's no Android Auto. So I do it via Bluetooth to listen to some music. 21 degrees out there. I'm driving 150 again because I have 50 kilometers of margin. No problem. See you there. I arrived with 14% at 12:53, no deduction. I peed when I was charging. And let's look at our consumption. 300, we have everything here. Then let's analyze the data. Average consumption, what the car showed, 300 watt-hours per kilometer. That is a lot when you consider I was in range mode, so it was just the front wheels, not the rear wheels. I always say that in every video. Car says I drove for 588 kilometers. Google Maps says 592. I drove 5 hours and 35 minutes, so 335 minutes. I could deduct 2 minutes of a light that took a bit. I could do that. Let's be nice. But you see, it doesn't do too much. It's still the same, but other than that, I didn't took my P-brake when I was charging. And then I have 106.6 kilometers an hour average speed, including charging. But now something very important. It wasn't on a Sunday, like I said. There was a lot of traffic. There was trucks passing other trucks. But the thing is, the only time when this was an issue was to Regensburg, so the first 90, 100 kilometers, and then the last 100 kilometers. In the end, it was really bad. So I think on a normal day with good, on a Sunday, if I would have done that, I could reach the 110 kilometers an hour, and then it's okay. For me, it's always under 110 is okay, above 110 is really good, and then 120 is, oh my god, mind-blowing. Let's look at the charging sessions. First charging sessions, I estimate 13.5 minutes because I didn't take the picture, but it was between 13 and 14 minutes. 40.75 kilowatt hours charged. I saw that on the next charging session, that this was the case when you charge state of charge to state of charge. 181 average power, which is pretty good. All on a hypercharger, not on a Tesla supercharger, where on the bottom, so if you plug in under the 15%, you get 250 kilowatt, and then it goes down. So 10 to 80% is 2 minutes faster. So let's say on this thing, maybe a minute. So let's say on both those sessions, 2 minutes faster. So it's not life-changing, but it was 14 to 50%. Second charging session, 19 minutes, 53 kilowatt hours, 169 average power, 13 to 60%. So altogether on the road, around 32 minutes charge, 94 kilowatt hours. Charging, I think, is good. This is a great average, especially when you think I charge to 50 and 60%. So the car is good. On a long distance trip, really good. I said everything that I liked and didn't like anyways. The result would be better on a Sunday, like I said. Consumption is just really high. It's not efficient at all, but it does the long distance trip very well in a reasonable time. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And here on YouTube, there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes and what happens to the car, I've started a vlog on my third channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.